Ain't no way you're in Afghanistan, bruh. Also, the fucking... mess with my volume settings. No, it's true. No. I don't believe you. Fuck you. Pick in DMs. No. I'm getting no pings. What? Is it the guy exploding saying, I feel so Sigma? Is that what you're saying is the pick in question? Because you said that before I said anything about it. Now? There's nothing there, Jack. There's no pick below it, Jack. There's nothing there. Satisfactory, dissatisfactory too. Okay. Kill the Fly Lord? No. Wasn't there like a... yeah, it was tab. Okay. He's flying on my lord kill. Where are you in this? That's what I'd like to know. Oh god, fucking thing up there. Forget that I could use West. Man, I don't even know if I Oh. Notification for the thingy. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with the VOD after this because I'm pretty sure I have a playlist from my Disco Elysium streams, but it's from my old channel. From where I used to put my VODs. Where is Doomster?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
I'll open
You
it.
could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or you could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Force that shit open!
No matter how strong you think
Damn
you
it.
are,
I gotta ask him. It's day 4 and you never open the trash? Yeah.
Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right?
Told you I'd rock that shit.
It was all right. Subdued. I might start letting people up there again. Now, what can I do for you? Mine?
Trash,
No,
yours.
it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
it seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
What the
Prod
feeling
it
is.
and find out.
Wires. We need those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Okay. Jeez, man. Why is this? It's a fucking trash can. Like I don't. I don't give a fuck.
This
I'm
trash
just trying to figure out what's
container
going on.
The sliding lid, with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Open.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Turbo noodles.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes. Written in a man's handwriting. Not just any man's. This dense cursive, it's yours.
Uh-oh.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No,
Yes,
it can't
is.
be.
Look, this plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
Has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anyway, so I tried to flush my cop down the toilet. Must have been cramping my style.
Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operatives, informants. I suggest integrating it into your style, for all our sakes.
Easier said than done. How could this pathetic cabbage of copy paper and plastic ever become très disco? Challenge accepted. You should be on the lookout for stylistic elements that elevate this cabbage to heights unforeseeable.
I don't know, since we're reporting to be in there. Get to me. Alright then, seems like a good idea. Right after the garbage, of course.
Good choice. Soggy cotton and some kind of food sludge welcome you back, invitingly.
Officer, this is sensitive information. You need to take this seriously.
Okay.
It her to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
I'm taking the
You
mug.
pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction.
Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Only in its social sensibility.
God damn it. I didn't want the fucking...
The container sounds.
How was I supposed to know the mug was racist beforehand? Are you kidding me?
We should return later, officer. I don't think we were thorough enough. There may be more in there.
That's so fucked up, dude. That's so fucked up. That is actually fucked up. Why did the game surprise racism me like that? Fuck, what is the interact button? I gotta go to the shop and sell this shit. I don't want this in my inventory. Okay, Brian, I guess you just like those things. Not that I'm judging, I guess. Fuck you! The game literally fucking... Why is it... Why did... Like, why was there no check to be like, oh, maybe I don't want the racist mug? It was just like, oh, okay, yeah, you want the mug? It's racist, by the way. And you still want it, surely. Because you're racist. That's so fucking mean!
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I can't even sell it. Are you fucking kidding me? Gabe just knows you, I guess. Eat cock. You literally, I can't even get rid of the mug.
Another time, perhaps.
Are you fucking kidding me? I can't get rid of the racism mug. Uh, God is indifferent. Take all. Lose all 50-50. Nothing happens. And pale. Huh? Oh. The fuck is with the big cube? Also, big egg. Egg and cube are no more. Sleeping dock worker, what? I want to see where this dock worker is and why I need a physical check him. He's in the motel. What motel? Oh, Whirly and Rags. I'm fucking stupid. I forget that that's kind of a motel. Whenever I think of motel, I think of like the fucking like buildings that are like just in a strip. Anytime it's not like in that like just line format, then I'm like, oh, it's not a motel, it's a hotel. He's gone? Fuck. What? What? The game just ate my map. Okay.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
Read
Oh
racism.
boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
You're pushing in the face of every immersion I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. Ugh. The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I will earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore? Oh, wow. Okay. Example of what not to do, I
It
guess.
was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Insert the toilet
It's
paper.
just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Leave it there. It's cool. Maybe kitchen tissue. They look exactly the same. Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Smell the. Why would you do that? Back the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Finger.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Lieutenant, what this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM
Like-
vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
What
It
kind of
depends.
information?
Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Okay,
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Browse white
They're not
paper.
exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense
I'm a
blue
badass
white
hustler.
Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What's in there?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter, These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Appears to be the case.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
Sure made plenty of them. Burned out alright.
That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Handwriting.
It's inornate, nearly illegible, yet marching in orderly lines. Pedagogical, somehow. Brash. It must be yours for you to be able to read it. These are the lines of someone who has written by hand a lot and has developed a style only they themselves, or you yourself, can decipher. Your hand cramps up merely looking at the scribbles drawn, as by some magnet, to the red checkered margins. Fast, but always straight.
Is there a naming convention?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my god, they're in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Uka Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Uka?
It's
Okay.
going to take an effort to piece
Never
these
heard that
case
pronunciation
files
before.
together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
You named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rails
What
right
happened?
through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is,
Official case.
for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Make the
Sadly,
paper.
the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely. But
Cam, do you have a
the
pen?
lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Yeah, I'll use the pencil. I don't know. Fuck it. Those look like really nice pens.
Absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly, imperceptibly even. The lieutenant begins to browse his notes again, leaving you to
I don't want to ruin his pens. I know what a fucking good pen is worth. I am not writing on the shit paper with his pens.
He is thankful it has passed, and that he's gotten to keep both pens. Onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. Satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
And do you have any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Furies are at home in the mirror. Things on shit on a stick. Hanged man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Yeah! We agree!
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
He was so excited about this.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Inspect
In
Brown.
the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper.
Oh no, browse.
Some
I thought it said.
yellow,
I don't know how I read it as
some
inspect
bright
brown
red,
papers.
all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. Three. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague. These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy of paper.
Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
I gotta shake the ledger.
Blue.
Color.
The blue heart. Don't look into it. Blue. The blue. The blue. The blue. The blue heart. Don't
Okay.
U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Okay, if I'll smell it.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete or Axel or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet. If you knew it was dunked in the toilet before getting chucked into the trash, why are you sniffing it?
Option was there.
So you wanted to get in on the trash toilet stink collab. Find out what happens when those two get funky together. Okay, pal.
Okay, it just feels like Jack is talking to me right now. That's fucking... I don't like this.
Yeah, turns out your nose doesn't like self-indulgent literal shit huffing. Quelle fucking surprise. Come on, no more. The ledger is going...
Now it's
down,
Jack if he was
away from
French.
your nose now.
Case file.
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HD.
Wait, not real?
Then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural. Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
ACB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Dubois.
Harry Dubois, HDB. Still feels like there's something missing from that. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner
The bummer.
are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Keep it. They're not using that building. I don't give a fuck.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us.
Time to obliterate the middle class. I don't know what human nature means. Or what he means by human nature. The thing with this game is I'm so politically fucking stupid. So I will just make decisions that that aren't aligned with my beliefs at all because I don't know the terminology for fucking anything. So it's like, bro. I don't know. I don't know if obliteration of the middle class is epic or not. I guess I don't think it is. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't want to obliterate the middle class.
Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
One communist or two ultra lib, three fat shit, four nothing. Well, I read that after I did the thing, so oops. I forgot what the third option was. Unsolvable case.
AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in general, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Don't mention the fucking expression to me.
Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Is it okay.
Good, you're learning.
Okay.
If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
Damn.
In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? Both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
Goddamn.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
But
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
sequence killer?
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next?
Bruh.
Don't worry. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
The square gun. It's made out of pixels.
Some
Or voxels.
assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They looked really cool like a rock band.
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to, where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I catch them?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Murder.
Murder. Tum 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 at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
How?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Fine.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve, was doing it solo, said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister, was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Was he a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere. and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Really cool.
Yeah, really lame. So anyway.
Okay, Jack, fuck you.
His skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does.
I know, it is how you talk.
No calls,
It's crazy.
nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin, movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Tables low, heavy, really sharp edge.
Oh, he's like the hookah stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table, and died?
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
Well, it sucked a lot off it. What was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
I interact with all the shit.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Sulislav. Wasn't he one of Miss Lukanen's killed co-workers? I remember coming across this name when we were reading her personal log.
I want you to know you wasted 6 hours looking at cases. That is worth it.
Police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is... It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva. Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
My name is Harrier.
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
Damn, damn, he's playing a lot of Binding of Isaac. Harry Dubois it is then.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
Fuck, I didn't even notice that.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it.
Anyways,
The library card is folded into 2, and Billy is a unit.
okay. I readed that already. Time to look at thing.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I'll turn on the headlight.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
It is a cool looking carriage.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rouse per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian comes to life with a whiny growl. Like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time.
Even the fucking narrator's hyped.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look around
A
you.
rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
Or are
Let's
we on
miss
dish?
Right here.
Damn, he really playing Binding of Isaac. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
There are many of
Perforations.
them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up
The
rows.
first row has 18 dots.
Not bad. Well, the next
The
one.
next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them.
You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you. Though you can't say why, precisely.
Last
The
row.
last row has 3 perforations.
Lame.
As you look at them, you feel your index finger reflexively contract 3 times.
Something I've done.
And something you'll do again before this is all over.
What do all these mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant. Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. You really think I have any idea? That was for 18 years?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Got drunk like a megastar? I don't know. Probably boring office job.
No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we? This next row The one that wraps all the way around is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
That a lot?
That's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Used to be with some solace, I guess. What's the last number? I don't think I can ever re-become this person. What's the last number? I used to be a super cop!
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row.
You know the answer already. The tingle in your index finger gave it away.
That's right. How did you know?
The twitch in my index finger.
Ah, right. Sometimes the brain's able to preserve certain responses even when conscious memory has been, let's say, misplaced. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
Damn.
It seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like tip-top racing? I don't know what that is.
Par exemple,
Maybe I should find a hobby.
why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Fuck, what checks... Let me see what checks I have. Oh, never mind. I forgot. I don't have a fucking map. Oh my god.
Yes?
You seem to be following me. Nothing.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. I know it must be frustrating. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Eh.
'57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out tool.
Steering
The white
lever.
suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation.
You understand how to
You
operate
feel
this?
an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back.
Release.
The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox. As you
Overheater
tap on the
gauge.
The indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Okay. Let me see if I can undo the expression.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror.
This is what I need to do. This is what I need to level up.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam. Still not happening.
God damn it.
Won't come off that easy.
Fuck. I maxed it out. I maxed it out. And it still doesn't. Oh my god. But the expression is so très disco, I guess. Well, I'm absolutely not fucking with that anymore. I am just doomed to never to have this face forever and ever. Oh yeah, what is I need to figure out how to get a map. Did I like miss something? I feel like I might have missed something, like missed a way to get a map. Oh. Yarmouth Public Library, okay. Do I, do that in the kinema? Whatever.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
Billy
Reader.
Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Damn.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Any more info?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
You know someone who was?
Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him. 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Huh? Okay.
Marie
Huh?
knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Happy we
Thank
could
you.
help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me? 57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of stairs.
Well, now I figured out something I need to do. North relays. It'd be really useful if I had a fucking map. I don't know why it allowed me to see it earlier, even though I didn't have a map. Because I don't think I ever picked up a map. I'm assuming it's this building up here.
The aging alcoholic is still there, breathing. The air in the room is
I
stale.
took your amphetamine, old man. Okay. Fuck.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
How do I know which is what? Yep, no gamma.
Give me a moment.
Wait for Billy
It's
Machine.
about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Maisons in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
Thank you. Wait, hold on. Uppy. You never bought it. You can buy it? There's a place you can buy it? What's the other balcony? Here we go. I guess it's the convenience store place.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup à l'oignon.
What place in this small town may or may not sell written paper goods, perhaps bound. Fuck you.
The lieutenant motions you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
You're right.
What
Let's
should we
talk
do?
this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Any advice?
Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
Okay, cool.
The lieutenant motions towards the door,
Hello? Who is it?
and someone turns down the radio.
This must be, huh?
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidy
Us?
nervously.
Uh-oh.
There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. Condensation from stepping inside. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, man. I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
Uh,
No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
How about some small talk before you break the news?
you're good to your husband, right?
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie.
Remember you mentioned at the book stand.
They came home later. They're good girls.
Everybody.
The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. And Victor is out.
She swallows visibly.
He
Not where?
has a problem with drinking. And so he disappears every now and then. He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up.
I was wearing
His
last
old
time I saw
leather
him?
jacket.
Have
It's
it?
just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so...
Are listening to
No,
features?
well, the lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter.
What was he supposed to do?
Just to return a book of mine. Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he...
Do something? Break something? It's a fool's hope.
Lengthen curve by Thibault?
Yes.
I guess
She
I have to tell you.
folds her hands across her chest.
About the
You've
body.
done this before. Just keep your focus.
Very sorry to say, but your is found dead. Nice
What
boardwalk.
did you say?
Husband, Victor Machine is dead. Sorry if you lost me there.
Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here, alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
And I accidentally fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
No, yeah, but we will let you know when the results arrive.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
Hard to say at this
She
point.
blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
We could call for you, a friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you.
No. I just need to tell my girls.
Unreal.
Damn.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, take a day to recover. You'll be prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Very
We
sorry,
should
man.
step outside and talk. You did well.
Could have done more.
You did enough. Can't save the whole world, you know.
Can't bring the dead back.
Anyway,
Nothing.
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased.
Oh, Billy and her
They'll
kids.
manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it.
We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
It's closed then. Damn. I already did that. Ow. Scratched my nose on accident. I literally can't do this one. This pissed me off because this is the one I was most interested in. Dirty jacket. Damn. Take her shit before you leave, by the way. Oh shit, never mind. What the fuck? Hey, let me ask the lady about the hanging.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? That's the
What
man
to
who was
do?
killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the force day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
What do you do?
We do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
Do they do?
Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king, Son-Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star. She nods.
Oh, what okay.
Of course. Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union. The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Of course. How else?
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. There's time.
How do I show her the thing?
Of course. Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
She's being sarcastic. Don't take her performance literally.
Oh,
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
That's Everard, alright.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Alright. Anything about this
Have
Edgar?
you seen him?
No.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeusier was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Evrart and his brother. And your opinion, Detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is...
Big ol' leech.
Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Wait, I'm confused. The fucking... The union is run by the corrupt brothers, right? Okay. I want to make sure that I'm not shitting on just an average union. I need to just double check that in my brain real quick because I'm so good at just misunderstanding the entire conversation in this game. It's my talent.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
An opening gambit, surely.
An opening gambit.
So I hoped. But this type of opening is usually followed by a more reasonable offer. I've yet to hear one. Just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Mr. Clare told him to... Fuck off, midget. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator, Mr. Clare. There are leaflets everywhere.
Most of the workers probably...
Fortunately,
fuck.
So
An opening gambit, surely.
So and now...
Excuse me.
I first heard it...
This checks out.
Of course. How else can I help?
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say.
Of course, Detective. You can always drop by later, should something come up. Now, what else? The lorries are still stuck at the roundabout. If the police is asking, one of the drivers might admit to it. We did, on more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, Here's your chance, officers.
Investigation. I forget whether this is a good idea to take it up or not. I've forgotten so much of what I've done in this game.
I'm very sad to hear that, officer. If you change your mind, please let me know. If not, good luck. In the meantime, I'll still try to assist you in any way I can. This disagreement is peanuts compared to what happens if you fail your main investigation.
Where's this fucking option?
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is the...
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the...
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
Great bodies
Easy.
of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
It must be. This is the greatest and the kindest arrangement the atoms had in them.
Best of all
Indeed.
possible worlds.
There is a term of endearment they coined for it. In the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it. These archipelagos included. Elysium.
The good name of the game, kind of.
It does. There are those who would call it hell. A term
Hell.
of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
Got a whole picture yet.
You want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit. Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways. We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day.
Elysium is the name of the world.
Tabloids.
Yeah, I assume. I just
Nations have been launching weather balloons
funny
into
name.
the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
What do you used to think was a sphere?
ORG, Occident Revachol-Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona. Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here.
What the fuck?
But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together. however naive it may sound.
I think we'll be
I
okay.
don't know about things of that scale. My expertise lies in nations and trade routes, one or several layers below everything. But yes, we'll be fine. Don't worry.
She does not seem convinced that you'll be fine. If anything, she's realizing how deep your condition runs.
You may have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco.
Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
I'm close to you.
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
Where am I?
You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso Mundo.
Good. What is this revolution?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
Are we?
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm basically one of the good guys. Basically, I don't lack your capital.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank
And
you.
if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
Good pale. What is
The
pale?
pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to attend to.
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
I don't want it. I want to know what the pale
I
is.
don't think your colleague would appreciate that. He has already been so patient with this whole exercise. Let's continue with something else, all right? You can ask about anything else in the world. Anything.
You could sneak back later when the lieutenant is not here, unless you can convince him to step aside.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else? Of course. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Indeed.
Probably.
The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
There are leaflets everywhere.
Oh wait, I'd
Most
fucking...
workers
Fortunate, just so you...
An opening gambit, surely.
So and now,
Excuse me.
I first...
This checks out.
I fucking have... Oh my god. Apocalypse Cop. It is not Earth. It should be Earth because how did not Earth become communist? Also, I don't understand how I'm supposed to show her my badge.
Of course. How else can I help?
Just show her your pussy. Bro.
A police badge on which you see the photo.
Now Earth became communistic for a moment, then became lame, much like real Earth. You can't anymore? Oh. Why? I guess I did story shit, I don't know. Went too far in her dialogue. That's dumb. Guess I'm gonna wash Idiot Doom Spiral's jacket.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. It's a
That's
sordid,
disgusting.
filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, what is the crust made of?
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night.
Is it deny hearing her problem in the beginning? Oh, okay.
The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, The jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing.
And when someone put it on the
crust
railing.
is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then?
I'm gonna pretend I didn't think about any of this.
Late. You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck.
Maybe if I wipe my hands on my face. Ew, flick your
Now
hands.
you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out. As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Why did I fondle the shit jacket again?
There is no why.
Put it away then. Put it on. Nah. Okay. Maybe I could find a sink. Oh yeah, let me accept the fucking quest to do the thing.
You're back.
You can
Good.
clean it.
What can I help you with?
Yeah, I know. It said in the quest log. I know.
The lorries are still stuck at the roundabout. If the police is asking, one of the drivers might admit to it. Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
I remember I started thinking that she was a total bitch, and I don't remember why. So now I think she's cool, actually, even though she's probably still a total bitch, and I just forgot the bitchy parts of her. She's one of the more normal people of this town. Okay, so I'm morally justified.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Seems like a man who knows about drugs.
Man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
We have a
Cool.
credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Damn. They're still hanging
Gotta
around.
guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo, and it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
Damn.
A rhyme
This guy's
set.
chill.
This is quite credible. It goes with its cadence and way of speaking.
Who do you think you could
Look,
trade
man,
then?
I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Can I probe
What would
questions
say
about
is right,
rhymes?
sire?
Art is everywhere. Oh, hit him with your best verse.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like,
Mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
There's a chalice held out to you in silent communion,
Silent communion. That's good.
where graspingly you partake of a shifting identity never your own.
Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Ain't that mate? I'm just a vessel for the muse.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours.
I think the words are mine, yes.
Fucking hey. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities these days.
Do they have white people taco night in this game? Thankfully, no. Immediate 0 out of 10. Damn. You killed the guy, by the way. What?
It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it.
Derek has never played this game? Okay, thank God. I was about to ban him. Good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with real text. At least they don't really get it. It's all easier to bear. The words are pretty.
I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
Bye-bye. I like this guy. He's cool. He's chill. Day ruined. You can man-pregnant that guy? Fun fact? That's a fun fact?
Right to work!
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
For this mug in the trash, is it yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Damn. I wanted to shit on him for it. Oh well. But you stance on drugs.
Shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Perhaps it's good to agree to get him talking.
You're not smuggling drugs out of Martinez?
Not in, not out. I'll never betray the purity of my tribe.
Okay, Pinhead.
So you're telling us that you don't know anything about drug smuggling through Terminal B?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
What are you doing still hanging around here for? Most of the other guys left?
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking on at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
See one over the trailer opens. Oh man, what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country.
A racist.
We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Serves him right.
It's a fucking travesty, is what it is.
Run to Terminal
Isn't
B.
it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Street vendor south of here? That guy's a lorry driver?
He's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, alright? 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Yeah,
Guess so.
pay a visit. I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna end the stream. Because this game just fucking, I just forget that my stream have an end.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Chance of drugs.
I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
I'm super into drugs.
Cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person.
No!
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or under the speakers.
Fuck.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But, I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
You're a lorryman. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm...
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Fine, buy all the clothes. Trust. I might get the sunglasses.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
You forgot to tell me?
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
What do you know about the drug operation?
I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd, you know, the drug crowd.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd. He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid.
Who are you afraid of?
Look, there's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I've spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
You have to as a reason to move on. Oh, knows you.
Okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Interesting. Could this driver be connected to the Hardy Boys?
Okay, so Hardy Boys.
I'm not local. I don't know anything about that.
I don't want to point at her because then if she sees us, then she's fucked.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that.
Ah, here's the sunglasses.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Looking for sunglasses. I see a pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says sub-insulindic rendezvous. From the frame appears to be hand cards out of the bone.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster, Harry. Giant, hidden, and
I bought the
strangely
speaker.
tender at heart.
Get the shoes.
All is blue.
Uh,
Alright, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello. So deep.
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
The
what about
lieutenant
these?
tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
I'll take the cool deep blue ones.
A man who knows his style. Much respect.
Damn it! I should have bought the amphibian sports fight. Whatever. Does it literally give a debuff to? Yep. Cool. I actually like my glasses, my current ones more. I just really wanted to buy them because I need things in my life to make me feel whole. Drip or drown, so true. Oh no, not this way. Oh, apparently I could check the mirror. I could try the mirror thing again.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
That
If you
fingy.
want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
That finger's twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
You're right, man. You were out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
Better with the
The
50s.
men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
When else would you be
Back
then?
in Mecca, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
Hey, who's Gabriel?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly
Damn.
handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
Remember when I said that the last conversation was gonna be the last one? Okay, it'll be this one,
He was
actually.
the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
Someone was.
Not your memories?
Someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
I was
Alright.
dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the mine behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Other questions?
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Soles of boots.
What do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff?
Please.
Please? I think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are not Gabriel. Gabriel doesn't say...
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots, made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is also made of leather.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
Moreover, the boots were size 37. Tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago.
What do you mean? Was
It was. And then it was no more. And I was no longer holding my father's hand. He was no longer descending the stairs in Ryle. The crowd had gone silent. Perhaps it was another Herife who came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions. Or perhaps it was one of the others in this carnival. I don't remember.
As she says carnival, she gestures to the empty square with the statue and the machines.
She's not also...
I could have told you that from just looking at them. A size 37.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals.
What are you hauling?
Diamonds. Of
Diamonds?
course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
What are you really
There
hauling,
must
though?
be things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry.
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Get half driving a lorry?
Oh, it's so much more than a high where I go, Herife. It's low. I go to the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick. Perhaps you can find out later.
Well, the car is contraband.
Loman? What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand? Hermenegildos' bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
You're the lady driver?
Call me a lady, Herife.
Oh, aren't you a lady?
The woman's malevolent cackling fills the roundabout.
I'm a lady like you are Gabriel Buenguerro. Only in dreams.
You have to
I'm only
turn
terrifying to
around.
small children. and to those who used to know me.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Why are you scared of the people who used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
You'll try to hold
How
up.
should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to?
I need to know.
Something in her is pulling towards some unknown rest state. She twitches, like a sleep kick.
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesquite.
Damn.
Yes?
No, tab.
Hola, Wandering Man.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna. Have a sea lang and just point, do the pointy thing. See if that's it.
Everything's still cool here, officer. Me? It's a boring story, officer.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola. The lieutenant winces at the Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Bruh.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the apricot is a shithole. That's why I left. If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. Whatever's good for business is good for me.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to the lady one more time. See, because there's one drug question.
The woman is still...
Huh? What is it? What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel. The great adversary. No drugs can come. Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary. The great unrest.
If you don't know,
maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
who the fuck is Irad? Ah, and what do I care about the union boss? He's no Gabriel, he's no Franco Negro. He's not even Hermenegildo the Hand. Maybe.
Are they drugs?
Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just
Your
this
drugs?
month I made half a dozen trips from Saramirizza to Grat on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramirizza to Grat? Low man.
I don't know,
It's
that's what I'm
diamonds,
asking.
low man, obviously.
Who do you think is smuggling drugs around here?
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Bruh. Really isn't the fucking... Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any... Oh! Okay, before I forget, I need to get a map.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of...
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are... The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks, featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding...
Map.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas.
Dundas.
It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. Various paranatural books still litter the shelf. Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine.
Bruh.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go! Get back there. The books await you. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself.
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books. She smiles and nods.
Was it out front? I need a map.
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet? Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
Upstairs? What? Oh, fucking, I didn't see that.
Several maps have been attached to a book inside.
I wonder what could be here.
By small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why?
That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
I want to buy.
Be informed of your surroundings.
Finally! Map! Okay. That's gonna be the stream. Have a good one. Let me see if any friends are streaming. Damn, Arya never stopped streaming. Holy shit. Okay. Well, this will be the raidoid. Oh, no, wait, I don't. Wait, is anyone even in the stream right now? Hold on. Sometimes Twitch lies to me. I have to check. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. Okay, never mind. Bye bye.